Hi guys, welcome to Key Tips and Advice. My name is Brittany Vereen and I am the owner/lead writer for Keyword Resume Writing and Career Services, Keyword Career Services for short. I created this channel because I'm always being asked from my friends, family, co-workers, different HR questions. If they're having issues at work, they call me and say, Brittany, what do you think about this? Can you lend me some advice about that? And I'm always like, sure, I'm always willing to help. My goal is to always see, people win. I want to see everyone win in everything that they do in life. And so if I can help in any way, I'm always down to do that. So I just decided to create this channel to talk about some of the issues that I've personally walked throughout my professional career in hopes that, that could assist you in navigating any workplace issues that you may have. So let's go ahead and clock in. Okay, so today's topic is help, my boss is incompetent. Yeah, so let's talk about this. Have you ever felt like your boss had no clue what your job was? No clue at all. Couldn't tell you start to finish, couldn't tell you what's the first thing you do when you clock in, couldn't tell you anything about your job, but yet it's your supervisor. So believe it or not, I get this. It's not even a question, but I just in conversation and talk, some of my friends, some of my clients, I get this a lot. Like, Brittany, my boss doesn't know the first thing about my job. They don't know what I do. They don't know what happens when I clock in, what happens before I clock out. They couldn't tell you the first thing about my job, yet they get paid 20 times more than me, and I'm frustrated. And so I tell them I completely understand. So when I graduated college, this was a little while ago, I took a job in retail, and if anybody's ever worked in retail, you know the struggle. And so I took a job in retail, and my supervisor, she was okay. She wasn't on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most incompetent person you ever met in your life. She's probably about a good 7. Good solid 7. And so she could tell you, where things went in the store and different things like that. But if it came down to, the computer or the register or something happening, or, a customer comes in complaining, nothing. So I felt that pain. And so one of the things that I had to learn, and by this time working in retail, I had started pursuing my master's degree in human resources. And so I was trying to apply some of the knowledge that I was learning to my job, because I needed all the help I could get. So at the time, I had to take a step back. And so I want to just talk about just give you 4 key tips that I give my clients now from what I've learned throughout my career. And the first one is to stop and ask yourself, could I be the issue? Could it be me? Because I've learned throughout my professional career that sometimes it's not your supervisor that's incompetent. It's you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had to say it. And so sometimes, you have to take a step back and say, am I doing this job correctly? Did I learn it correctly? Am I doing everything that I'm supposed to do that's right? Different things like that. And so that's the first thing that I had to learn, because you grow to realize you don't know everything. And so I had to learn, to stop and ask myself, when issues similar to this would arise, could it be me? Could I be the issue? Am I doing everything that I'm supposed to do to support my supervisor, to make sure that they have everything that they need, so in turn they can make sure that I have everything that I need? And so my first piece of advice is, ask yourself, could it be you? And Go from there. The second piece is to ask around. Ask your friends, your family. Tell them about the issues that you're having at work. Ask them if they have any advice for you, because if they're working 9 times out of 10, they probably came across an incompetent boss or two. And so talk about it. Don't try to keep those issues bottled in. But the one thing that I will say, and I'm gonna have to take my glasses off because I want you to hear me when I say this. Okay, let's listen. Do not talk to your coworkers about your boss. Okay. Okay. So that's the main issue that I see when I run into people who say, my boss is incompetent, they don't know what's going on. They're running their mouths, they're talking to, every coworker that they have. Now there's a difference. There's a difference in water cooler talk versus you just dragging your boss to death. Let's not do that. That's just not professional. So don't talk to your coworkers about the issue. Talk to your mama. Talk to, your best friend. Talk to whomever. But don't talk to me. But don't talk to your coworkers about your boss. Let's not do that. And the next tip is make it about you. I like to tell my clients, if your boss is incompetent, seize that opportunity to grow your skills. What is it that they're not doing that you may know how to do, or you could learn how to do, and do that. I tell them, I say, grow your skills and abilities, your knowledge, during that time. I can remember a time when I had to take on work from another coworker, and it's not that I wanted to do it, but at the time I knew, okay, I don't know what it is that this coworker does, but if I learn it, nobody can take that knowledge away from me, and I can put that on my resume. I can use that skill for my benefit. And so I like to tell my clients, don't dwell with, oh, my boss is incompetent, I'm not sure, what to do, or, all this work is not getting done. Take on some of those tasks. As a matter of fact, I tell them, go to your supervisor, go to your boss and ask, hey, is there anything you need for me to do? Is there any tasks that I can pick up? Because knowledge is power. And once you gain those skills, no one can take that knowledge away from you. So I always like to tell them, make it about you. Don't make it about your boss. What can you gain from this opportunity? Don't dwell in the fact that they don't know your job. Learn their job and do it better than them. Okay? And so, the last thing that I like to tell my friends, my clients, document everything. Write it down. Save that email. Drag it and drop it in a folder. Yes. Because if something were to happen, what I don't like to see, or what I have seen in my personal and professional career is people like throw you under the bus. People like to say, well, you weren't doing your job right, or you didn't complete these tasks the way that you were supposed to do them. So, that's why we failed. No, I'm the type of person to say, let me refer you to the email that I received on this date at this time at this second, when you sent it to me, when you were sitting in your office wearing that blue tie that you had on with them shoes that your mama bought you. Yes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk. Do you want me to print it? I can email it. I can forward it. How would you like it sent? Document everything. Keep a document of completed tasks. Keep a document of tasks that you've been asked to complete, that you may be working on. Keep a running list of tasks that you completed that were not in your job description, that were not in your PD, but you rose to the occasion anyways. And like I said, write it all down. Make sure you have it saved somewhere on your computer, at home, desktop, what have you. But keep a list of those, and keep a list of those emails, those important emails that you've received from your supervisor about key tasks. And so again, those are just some key tips that I just like to tell my clients, tell my friends. If you have an incompetent boss, don't make it about them, make it about you. But I also like to provide to them a couple of do's and don'ts, because when you're going through it and you feel some type of way and you're tired, you might do some things. And so I like to just provide some do's and don'ts. And so the first do is create a level of understanding, because sometimes, and I've learned this throughout my professional career, you may not know what that person is going through. And I don't like to always say have empathy for that person, because sometimes it's none of your business, it's none of your concern. But try to create a level of understanding, because 9 times out of 10 you're mad, you're upset, you're in your head about it, and you're not sure how to handle things, and you start to let your emotions take over. So I like to tell my clients, let's just pause for a second, and let's breathe and create a level of understanding as to what's going on with your supervisor, with your boss. Why are they like this? Why do you think they're like this? Have they said anything that could be contributing to them being incompetent? And so create that level of understanding for yourself, so you can just calm your thoughts. And like I said, focus on building your skill set. Create boundaries for yourself. Know how far you're willing to go, what work you're willing to complete that may not be required of you to do. Create boundaries for yourself, how far you're willing to let certain things go. That way, you have some level of just self-support. And outside of self-support, gain support from your friends, from your family, to lift you up. Whether it's reading a passage in the morning or different things like that, just to put you in the right mental space. But gather a support system around you if you have that, because believe it or not, we are all in this together, and we're just trying to make it to the next level and just trying to win. So if you have like-minded people around you, gather with those people, do lunch, do dinner, FaceTime, whatever, once or twice a week, just to get it out, just to talk about it. But create those boundaries and create those support systems so you can focus on the good. Now, some of the don'ts. This is what I like. I try to tell my clients, especially ones that's about to jump over that cliff and strangle their boss. I'm like, let's calm down. One thing that you don't do, and I have had to learn this because I am the type of person, or was the type of person, when I was climbing the corporate ladder, that if I didn't understand something, or if I felt like, this person didn't know what they were doing, I was the person that said, Kenya don't have the first clue how to work that coffee maker. She don't. And so I had to learn, what you don't do is point out every single issue or incompetence about your boss. Sometimes we feel we need to make it plain, we need to make it known. Let me be the one to tell you, they know. His boss know, he don't know nothing. Yeah, they know. Your coworkers know, he a little slow. You don't need to broadcast the issues to everybody who's willing to listen, because sometimes we just get so fed up and we just want to stomp out and say, listen, XYZ. No, you don't need to broadcast the issues that your boss has. If you needed a sign, let this be the sign. They know. Okay. The next step, the other don't that I like to point out is, don't talk to your fellow co-workers about your supervisor / boss. Don't do it. Again, speaking from personal, personal issues, personal, past, experiences, it will not end well for you. Trust me. When they sit those people down and they have them one-on-one in front of HR and they're asking them questions, you will be thrown under the bus. Now, I know some of y'all are saying, oh no, Susie wouldn't do that to me. I know Susie 10 years, we rocked this thing together. We've clocked in and clocked out, lunches, birthdays. I've been over her house, I know her dog's name. No, if it comes down to you and Susie's check, she's gonna pick her check. So let me be the one to tell you, protect yourself always, and don't talk about your boss to your coworkers or other coworkers about other coworkers. Don't just don't do it. And the last don't I like to tell my clients, and this is a really important one, because they feel that they have to stick it out. They feel that they have to stay. And I'm here to tell you, if you have an incompetent boss, if you hate your job, leave. You don't have to stay. Now, don't go to work tomorrow and say, I quit. Brittany told me if I hate my job, I'm out, I can leave. We're not doing that. But develop an exit strategy first. And we're going to talk about that in another segment, in another video at a later time. But right now, I want you to understand that if you have an incompetent boss, if you've done all the things that you know to do, and you've reached a point where, this just might not be working for you anymore. This environment, this situation may not be working for you anymore. Know that you can leave. You do not have to stay. Okay? Let me free you right now. You can leave. Because a lot of my clients, you believe it or not, it's like a light bulb that goes off and say, oh, you're right, I can find another job. Yes, you can find another job. And so I'm gonna leave you with that. So let's go ahead, let's huddle up, let's have this team meeting, let's do a little recap, let's go over what we talked about today. Okay, let's go. Today, we talked about dealing with an incompetent boss. So let's go over the 4 tips that we talked about today and a couple of do's and don'ts that we spoke about as well. So heading into the first tip, number 1, could it be me? Ask yourself before jumping to conclusions, could you be the issue, not your boss? That's always a good first start. Number 2, ask around, ask your trusted family and friends, about advice, about what's going on at work, issues that you're having. But as always, do not ask your fellow coworkers. That always come back to bite you in the end. Number 3, make it about you. Seize this opportunity to grow your skill set. You can ask your boss for a special task to work on, if he needs help with any projects or if she needs help with any projects, things of that nature. But take this opportunity to grow your knowledge and your skills. Number 4, document everything. I cannot stress this enough. Always keep a list of your completed tasks that you're working on, and keep your important emails. Last but not least, do's and don'ts. Create a level of understanding for yourself. That way you're not wrapped up in your head about everything that's going on. Focus on building your skill set and creating boundaries and a support system for yourself. Some don'ts. Try not to point out all the issues that your boss has. Trust me, they know. Don't talk to your coworkers about your boss again. That will come back to bite you. And this last one is really important. If you cannot stick it out, don't forget, you always have the option to leave. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it provided you with some tips and advice to help you navigate through your incompetent boss. But before we clock out, I want to talk about some segments that I will be doing. I will be posting 2 videos a week, one on Monday, one on Friday. So let's talk about it. On Mondays, I'll be dropping a video based off my Monday mood. So that segment, of course, is called Moody Monday. So you will be able to drop your comments, let me know what your mood is that day. I created this segment, just to get the dialogue flowing on a Monday, get your brain going, get the juices flowing. So we can just talk about some things, some topics that may have came up over the weekend, and discuss them on Monday. Start your week off right. On Fridays, I'll be having my unloading sessions, my videos that I'll be dropping about just the week I've had, different topics that may have arisen throughout the week while I've been working or writing resumes or interview coaching and things of that nature. And so I just like to say Friday for unloading. You'll be able to just drop your comments, tell me, how your week went, what's going on with you, if you had a great work week, a horrible work week, something you want to discuss, things you want to talk about. Just unload. And that's it for me. It's time to clock out. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget, subscribe, like my Facebook page, like this video, and leave your comments below.